Back here at Abe Lemons Arena, a 48-37 win for OCU over Panhandle State. Here with Coach Kris Seigenthaler. Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
That was a tough one. But, I'm extremely proud of our squad. I told them, we've played, 10, 11 games, 10 I think it is, and half of those games, so 5 of them, we've lost by 3 possessions or less. So, it's one of those things where we finally, we're in a close game and we pulled it out. It's a survive and advance. For our guys, 6 games in 12 days, that's tough, So really just kind of, finding a way to grit it out, and we did. They were resilient. Extremely proud of them. It's just, we struggled to shoot. That was it. We got the looks, we'll get it locked in. I'm excited about it, honestly, because we really started executing, getting some solid looks. We just couldn't hit them. We hit those shots. It's not a close ball game, but, granted the Panhandle, they leave it all on the hardwood. They come in and they're scrappy and they fight. And, I'm extremely proud because, one, we fought, we scrapped, but it wasn't just that. We also executed late. We got defensive stops. We knew how critical defense was late, even when we weren't scoring. So I think for us, a lot of, you can look at it and say, that was tough. But, there's a lot to take from it that it's like, hey, we did some solid things late, and just build off it.
What do you tell the team when the shots aren't falling, you're getting the looks you want, and they're just not going in? How do you keep morale up in that scenario? Yeah,
we just continue to try to put them in, execution to where they can score. Casey on the inside, in the 15 feet, Gordon, Ray right at that 15, rip and attack. Jersey just trying to get her off some picks, getting downhill, either for that pull-up or however. It's just, defense has to, you have to sit down on guard and you have to lock it down defensively, because when you're struggling to score, they can't get going and score 10, and now you scored 1. So I thought we did a really solid job tonight. Shout out to I thought, who's number 34 for us. We put her in, and we had her chasing the shooter, and I thought she did a really solid job. She played she had a huge hand in defensively guarding. I felt like late they were trying to get that that shooter some shots, and also thought our point guards, whoever it was, Gordon or however. Just containing that penetration downhill. I mean, they've got a quick point guard that gave us a little trouble, but we just had to contain, and so we tightened it up. So, and I thought Howard came in tonight and just really had some poise at the point guard. We needed that late, that experience. So.
Yeah, it was her season best, Amaya Howard, her season best in point total today, and she did. She really came in, played well, scored some points, but also orchestrated things pretty well for you guys.
Yeah, that was huge that she scored 9, but I think, it's what's not on the stat sheet. It's those things of poise, pull it back, know when to push, sit down and guard defensively, that we've got to get stops. It's just that experience, So I'm just extremely excited to just be able to get that one out. I think that our squad needed that. We've been in a lot of close games, and to, finally all right, here it is. This is what it takes just to get that feel of things. And just really after 6 games in 12 days, and we're going into finals next week, it's been a lot, so.
You're not quite on Christmas break yet. You got one more before the holiday. You got a road trip to Bartlesville coming up next Friday. So you mentioned finals week, so how do you handle your next week of scheduling before the break?
Yeah, absolutely. We are going to give them off Sunday, and Monday we're going to lift, just kind of, get them out, kind of stretch in, let Coach T get after them a little bit. Then Tuesday, we'll probably come in, execute, also get a lift. Wednesday, they're off. And then Thursday, we'll have, lift, and we'll prepare. And then Friday, we'll go. I think they're doing a really good job. I mean, because honestly, the last 2 weeks, we have not practiced on Wednesday. So we've come in on Thursday, and we have done a shoot-around and prepared, and I thought they've done a phenomenal job. I mean, you look at it, we're 33-35 at Langston at halftime. We kind of let it get away from us in the third. And then, of course, at Wayland, we take it down to the wire. Ray gets a look at it. We just don't get the shot off in time. Wouldn't change a thing. But they are locked in from a psychological end. Shout out to our sports psychologist for that. And so I really like where we're our trajectory right now. I mean, we've had 5-6 really good days of just being focused and just kind of that mindset.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. 48-37, the final score. OCU gets a win over Panhandle State.